If you're over 60 and waking up without the strength you once had, you're not alone. But here's what most men never hear. It's not your age that's the problem. It's that your body stopped getting the signals it used to. And the good news? We can turn them back on, starting today. They don't tell you this at checkups. They don't write it in brochures or mention it in casual conversations. But there's a quiet fear many men carry as they grow older. It's not just about sex. It's about losing that quiet confidence. That early morning reminder that you're still connected, still alive, still a man in every sense of the word. But what if I told you that confidence doesn't vanish? It just fades quietly and it can return. Just as quietly. My name is Dr. Michael Reyes. And after more than 30 years of working with men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, I've learned something that changed how I practice. The male body doesn't break, it disconnects. When blood flow slows, when nerves fall silent, when touch becomes mechanical instead of mindful, your system goes into sleep mode. And this is where it gets hopeful. Because today, I want to show you 3 specific points on your own body that act like switches. Not magic. Not miracles, just real. Medically observed activation zones that help restore morning vitality gently, consistently, and without pills. Point 1. The signal center, just above the pubic bone. Let's begin with the first point. It's located just above the pubic bone, about an inch below your belly button. It's not painful. It doesn't require deep pressure. But when stimulated with calm, steady fingers and paired with slow breathing, it activates the nerve pathways that communicate with your lower organs. I've had countless men tell me the same thing. Doc, I haven't felt anything there in years. That's not failure. That's a system left dormant. Once you bring awareness to this spot, something changes. It's like knocking on a door. Your body forgot was there, and it answers back. Let me share with you a story. George, 66, a retired firefighter, came to me after struggling silently for years. He didn't want a prescription. He wanted clarity. I taught him to breathe through his nose, relax his jaw, and press gently on that spot once in the morning, once before bed. Nothing intense, just steady touch and breath. Within 10 days, he told me, "Doc, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the lights are starting to flicker back on." And that's exactly what happens, not all at once, but enough to feel hope. Point 2. The lock beneath, between anus and scrotum, perineum CV1. Now, let's move to the second point, one that Eastern medicine has known for centuries, but Western medicine rarely teaches. It's the perineum, the soft area between the scrotum and the anus. In Chinese medicine, it's called CV1. In our practice, we simply call it the lock. Why? Because it holds tension often unnoticed that restricts blood flow, nerve signals, and sensitivity. When you sit on it with awareness, you don't just release pressure. You invite sensation back to where it matters most. Thomas, 72, a former Marine, told me he hadn't felt anything down there in almost a decade. I showed him how to sit on a rolled towel, spine straight, breathing slowly, and simply let go of tension. At first, he felt nothing. But after a week, he sent me a message. Warmth. That's what I felt. A subtle hum, like my body remembered something I forgot. The perineum is like a valve. When it's tight, it holds back everything. When it softens, even just a little circulation returns. The nervous system engages, and hope re-enters. Point 3. The inner flow, inside your thigh. The third point is almost always overlooked, but it's one of the most important. Look at your inner thigh from the crease near your groin down about 6 inches. Right there lies the femoral artery and nerve. 2 highways of energy and blood that feed the entire lower system, including your manhood. Think of this point like a feeder line to the main engine. If it's blocked or sluggish, the engine starves even if everything else is working. Earl, 68, a retired trucker, started massaging this area every morning after activating the other 2 points. He'd lie down, trace his fingertips along the inner thigh until he found a tight or tender spot and gently breathe into it while applying pressure. 2 weeks later, he told me, "Doc, my thighs feel alive." But more than that, I woke up with strength again. Not forced, not artificial, just mine. The inner thigh carries tension, poor circulation, and forgotten sensitivity. By reawakening it, you invite energy back into your system in ways you might not expect. Now here's what most people miss. These 3 points don't work like switches you flip once. They're like instruments, and with daily, gentle practice, they begin to play again. And when paired with 4 simple habits, the results multiply. Mini hook. You don't need big changes, just 5 minutes a day to rewire decades of disconnection. Those habits, I'll walk you through them in a moment, but they include breathing from your belly, warm water first thing in the morning, light walking after dinner, a quiet mindset of patience and presence. These aren't rituals for performance. They're rituals for reconnection. They help you show up in your body again, not as a man chasing youth, but as someone claiming what never left. If you take nothing else away from this, remember, you are not broken. You are not too old. You are not done. Your body is still here, still capable. And these 3 points are just the beginning. What you've just learned isn't a medical trick. It's not a quick fix. It's a quiet path back to yourself. For many men over 60, the struggle isn't just physical, it's emotional. When the body stops responding, confidence slips. And when confidence slips, we start pulling away from our partners, from ourselves, from life. But here's the deeper truth. Your strength didn't disappear. It just needed your attention again. By pressing these 3 points with intention above the pubic bone, on the perineum, And along the inner thigh, you're doing more than improving blood flow. You're reawakening trust in your own body. Pair that with a few quiet habits: slow breathing, warm water, gentle movement, and you create a rhythm that your body can rely on. A ritual, not a routine. A connection, not a chore. And that's where the transformation begins. If this story speaks to you even a little, don't stop here. Watch the next video where I show you the 5-minute nighttime ritual that helps lock in everything we've covered today and keeps your system awake through the night. You're not chasing youth. You're claiming presence. And you've got more mornings ahead than you think. Click now and let the next step find you.